can come on the show. Let's talk.
Previous reporting that uncovered widespread fraud in Minnesota from years ago also makes people more apt to believe this, where I think a lot of folks in the media, including you mentioned CNN, which is looking to verify this video, are showing pause and trepidation around Shirley's reporting is just that making sure that it's actually verified that it's showing fraud in a similar way that we all evaluated the initial reporting that.
Okay, guys, Vidi says deport them. That's it. Just get rid of them. Okay. A lot of people are pushing back because of CNN, but we're not just following CNN. We're going to get to different angles on this. Just stick around.
Came out in 2022.
And Antoine, what does it say about the media landscape at this point when a YouTuber with an anti-immigrant past can post a video with scant evidence, we can say, that launches a federal surge into a state?
I think there are different types of media, and I think Sarah's right. Truth be told, there's been local reporting on this matter for years.
Okay, guys, I'm going to start starring this. We're getting a lot of subscribers tonight. Courtney says, "New sub. I really like your style." Well, I don't have much of a style, but we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Okay, Mama Flips is ready to come back up, so we're going to give this a try. Let's see. Okay.
Hey, how are you?
All right. Quite well. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm sorry I'm so late. I think you forgot that I said that I was going to be away this week in
Oh,
Atlantic
okay.
City.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Remember we
didn't.
went back and forth? And then all of a sudden I saw
Okay.
the invitation. So can you hear me or is it too loud over here?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay.
Okay, great. Okay, so
But no, enjoy. You can enjoy your
no, I want
Atlantic
to have my
City.
say about I've been waiting to talk to you about the Minnesota daycare.
Oh, okay. All right. But I understand you're doing your thing. We're
Oh, that's
just
okay. I went to another
rolling
room.
through.
I
Okay.
went to another room. So it's being proven, right, by a CBS reporter. I don't know if you saw, if you spoke about it. It so happened to be a black CBS reporter. Has a video showing that the kids were at the daycare center. I think I mentioned to you last week that I felt that the people that actually did the investigation is because of the fact that the current administration is attacking Somali residents. There was an issue with a young man that was attacked by ICE, right? And he's an American citizen. So they became the target. So I guess his name is Nick. I think that reporter wanted to get some kudos, just like the Keystone cops in Pennsylvania. He wanted to do an expose, and he went to that area just to look for a story, and there's no story. Now this daycare center and all these daycare centers in there that's taking care of these kids currently have had their federal funding removed because of hearsay. So there is a couple of videos that's out. One from, and I didn't get the reporter name. Please go and X. I apologize to not give the reporter credit, but it's an African American reporter. I think he's in CBS. Black reporter did a full follow up and was able to prove that there were kids there on the same day that the YT reporter came in, because obviously a lot of people was taking homage to the fact that the ladies, first of all, they had their full attire on, and I forgot what it's called. I call it Hamas. I don't want that's not Hamas. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Hamas. I'm sorry, it's not that. But their full attire has a different name, and obviously you're not going to let a strange white tea man, or any man come into your location. You're just not going to do that, especially with kids. Obviously, if your kids was at a daycare center and the total stranger show up at the door, you would appreciate the owner saying, no, you can't come in. So that's the first thing. So he was able to prove that there were kids that was inside of there or inside the building that was being taken care of the same day that the YT reporter. He was also, because of it, I mentioned last week, we are in the middle of several holidays. They have their holidays, we have our holidays. A lot of family are out of there for the Christmas season. So unless that video was done like a month ago or not within the Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, I don't understand how everybody think that all these kids are going to be there, 150 kids. So I'm taking serious homage. Again, I think the YT reporter wanted to do an expose on Somalia's daycare center because he wanted to get a big up from the current administration. And it looks like I'm being proven right.
Okay, so you're saying there's no fraud at all, though?
I'm saying that according to the CBS reporter that did an expose following this report, he's saying that the location that that the YT reporter actually targeted did have kids inside of there. Now, if we want to go into continuous fraud, daycare getting extra funding for stuff, I mean, there's fraud everywhere. I'm not even, and if it turned around that he was able to prove the fraud, I can't wait to see whether he's able to. But my problem is the same thing with the Luigi trial, right? Yes, it's possible, allegedly, Luigi is the one that unalived Brian Thompson. But the police officers, right, in Pennsylvania did a lot of backwards, questionable tactics in order to get him, right? And it's the same thing with this guy that did the Somalia daycare center fraud. If it turned out there's a fraud, okay, there's a fraud, but why did you go there? That's my problem. You didn't go there looking for fraud. You went there because you knew the current administration is attacking Somalia people, and you want to get a pat in the back. You wanted to just go after people. Why don't you go after every daycare? Why now, when the current administration is attacking Somali people that you choose to go to Somali daycare center? It just doesn't sit right with me. So it's the whole racism and the selecting and trying to trap the group of people that I have a problem with. If it turned out they did commit fraud, that's another conversation. But I don't think he went there with the intent, with an honest heart. I don't think so. I think he was trying to get you a got you to a
What
group
do
of
you
people.
say? What do you say now tonight? Just so you know, before you came on, just for the sake of having this show, because I didn't know what was happening. I played kind of devil's advocate, but ultimately, though, there's like 91 people that have been convicted already or in the process. So you have to agree that there's some type of mainstream fraud happening, right?
I don't know until I see the evidence. That's my problem with everything. I don't trust where we are in this world right now to even say that. I need to see the court documents, what fraud are they talking about? Because let me tell you something, a lot of different organizations are caught up from the COVID funding to scams and shenanigans that happen in even our own community. Everybody's trying to make money. That doesn't mean it's right, but everybody trying to use the system to get money. Okay, and if at the end of the day they did commit fraud, then they has to be held accountable. But I need to see the evidence. I need to see what was proven. Just because they arrest a bunch of people, I need to see what they're doing. Because my problem again with this reporter, if he struck gold, okay. But I don't think he went there because all of a sudden he decided, oh, out of the blue, I'm just gonna go to this daycare center and prove that they committed fraud. I think that he intentionally went after Somalia daycare center because the current administration is hot and bothered about Somalia people because what happened to that young man, and because of Aman, the congresswoman.
Ilhan Omar. So let me show.
Yes.
So you're able to hear everything, right? So I want to
Yeah, I can
play
hear you.
some. I want to play
Go ahead.
some for you that compares to what you're saying. Okay, so just give me a
Okay.
moment.
I'm
I want to
listening.
play. I want to play this here.
A lot of messages about all of this alleged fraud that's happening in Minnesota because it's my home state. The first message I got was from a friend of mine asking me if I'd seen that video that wackadoodle Nick Shirley did going to that quick learning center or whatever it's called. And I'm not saying there's not fraud going on in Minnesota. I'm just saying that some of it seems to be from Nick Shirley. So he goes to this learning center. It's a daycare that has taken millions of dollars. He's knocking. Nobody's come to the door. But it would seem that he's actually at the
Okay, guys. I want you to be able to hear this, so I'm gonna go
Okay, I
back
can
on
hear you. I'm
some.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
They
All
said
right.
they heard the fraud. I'm sorry. Somebody wanted to say goodbye to me. I'm listening again. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
So I'm getting a lot of messages about all of this alleged fraud that's happening in Minnesota because it's my home state. The first message I got was from a friend.
Oh, and let me get back to being the presenter here. This video is from a local lady who researched this thoroughly. So I want you guys to understand that she's actually pushing back on Nick Shirley. I want you guys to hear
A friend
this.
of mine asking me if I'd seen that video that wackadoodle Nick Shirley did going to that quick learning center or whatever it's called. And I'm not saying there's not fraud going on in Minnesota. I'm just saying that some of it seems to be from Nick Shirley. So he goes to this learning center. It's a daycare that has taken millions of dollars. He's knocking. Nobody's come to the door. But it would seem that he's actually at the back door. So here he is at the front door. It's a restaurant called
Okay, so he's at the back door. You think that? So you're saying you think it might be by design? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying. I believe it's by design. I'm saying that it's just by design. Why would you all of a sudden decide? to pick a Somalia, go to a Somalian area and pick a Somalia daycare. There's fraud everywhere. Why that story? And why at this time? Do you understand what I'm saying? It just doesn't ring true that he cares about the children, he cares about the issue. I think that he cares about what the administration was talking about, right? And say, okay, I need now to do, because this is such a hot button issue with the current administration, I need to find something with Somalia people. And I think that's why he did it.
Okay,
I don't think he did it
okay.
because he cared.
So let me explain this to you, right? So I've
Okay.
been out on the streets with him here in New York City because he covered the whole Canal Street raid. And one of the things
Oh, so you know Nick.
so I saw the people out there with him. You know what they were saying to him?
What?
They were saying that he was at the White House, and when people would go close to him, a lot of these people, some of them were Antifa, I will tell you that, but they were saying, "Oh, you don't talk to him anymore because he's friends with Donald Trump, and he's basically here for clout." That's what the local people are saying as we're all walking together, and Nick Shirley is actually in the mix with me. I saw him get punched in the mouth. You know what I mean? So anyway, all right, let's get back to it.
Bobby's Kitchen. That learning center shut down due to multiple violations, none of which I don't believe had to do with fraud. But he doesn't tell his followers that it's actually a restaurant. So I got a bunch of messages.
Okay, so what do you think about that? He's not telling people it's
He's
actually
not
a
telling
restaurant.
anybody anything. That's what and I wish we could find, unfortunately, I don't have my phone. I have my phone, but I can't get it to. I wish I could find the black guy who did the follow-up video about it. Because if you go on, I actually saved it and I was gonna send it to you, but I didn't have enough time. But there is a black reporter from CBS that actually is proving the counter. Like, he doesn't care. I mean, the whole thing just looked very strange and out of line for me. You understand what I'm saying? He's not proving the whole story. First of all, he couldn't get into the building. Obviously, you're not going to get in. You're a strange man coming to these people daycare center, and they're not going to let you in. Obviously, you understand what I'm saying? And I'm proud of the people. So I believe the same thing as the representative talk. I don't know if she's a representative, and other people, also the reporter that actually covering it. I think that it was all about gaining favor for the current administration. That's it. I don't think he cares about the situation. Now, at the end of the day, if they prove that there is fraud, just like the same thing with Luigi, the Pennsylvania cops did a bunch of kinky stuff to actually to violate, in my opinion, Luigi's rights. Right now, if he turns out to be the one that unalived the officer, was it right for them to violate his rights in order to get that arrest? No. You understand what I'm saying? You can't do that. I mean, the law applies for one person, that applies for all. It has to be that way. You know, the bigger group should not mean more than one person, in my opinion. So I think that really that what he's doing is not because he cares about the kids or he cares about the fraud. He did it to gain favor for the current administration from Donald Trump. That's my
Okay.
opinion.
All right, let's get back to it.
Messages about that. And then I got this comment on Instagram, which is a bad faith question. This guy is MAGA. And there has been a huge MAGA push to think about Somali people as fraudsters. Usually what they're referencing is the Feeding Our Future case. And yes, a lot of Somali people were implicated in that case. But what they conveniently leave out is this woman, Amy Bach. In 2016, she founded the nonprofit Feeding Our Future. And in 2020 is when the fraud began. This was at the beginning of the pandemic. This was during DJT's first term.
So they're trying to say, basically, they're going to say in this video, it was a white lady that's behind the whole scam.
Okay.
So that's what they're trying to get at. This is what she's trying to show. It's not Somalian people.
It's like a YT person that does it, right?
She was the one behind. Let me play the whole thing, and then I'll get your viewpoint on that.
He
I think his
completely
name is
mishandled
Whitney Wild.
the
Okay.
pandemic to the
What's his name?
I think his name is Whitney Wild, but I'm looking it up.
Okay.
Give me a second.
All right.
Okay, go ahead. I'm
Okay.
listening to you.
point that he loosened oversight on these kinds of programs, allowing claims to get through unverified. And Feeding Our Future claimed that they were giving thousands of meals to children, and they never did. They pocketed that money to the tune of $240 million. In 2022, during Biden's term, Biden's FBI raided the organization, and the organization shut down. There were 78 suspects, Amy Bach, and all of her employees. In March of 2025, 40 of those people, including Amy Bach, were either found guilty or pled guilty. Merrick Garland called it the largest pandemic relief fraud scheme that there ever was. And Biden's administration shut it down. So most of the 78 people who were indicted and the 40 people who were found or pled guilty were Somali, but they were also Box employees. She was described as an authoritarian who silenced dissent within her ranks, discouraged scrutiny from state regulators, and cut off people who refused to comply with fudging the numbers. She is the person who created all of this. And now this has become a huge right-wing talking point because of racism and xenophobia. But no one ever mentions her, the person who created it. Now, there's a ton more to the story, but I know that this guy asked me to cover this, to prove that Somali people are bad, because that's what this admin wants you to think. The reality is every community has bad actors. That is not an indication of a community as a whole, unless maybe we're talking about some white women like Amy Black.
Okay, so that's the lady there that was behind the whole scam. What do you think about it?
I mean, the thing is, there's scams. There's scams. I'm telling you, there's scams. I know there's scams. Even our own people, we cutting up a bunch of checks, trying to get money during COVID, trying everything. There's going to be alleged scammers. There's going to be a bunch of stuff. There's a group. All group have that. We have our YT people who scamming people with the bitcoins. You have Donald Trump selling a bunch of trash to his supporters in order to make money. You understand what I'm saying? There's scammers in everywhere. My problem is that why did he decide to go after Somalian people right now? It's a racism thing. It's just racism. It's not about the kids. If it was about the kids, if he cared about the kids and he wanted to protect the kids and family stuff, I'd be okay with it. But it was all about, it's just too convenient that the administration are currently hitting, targeting Somali people. And then you have this YT male who's actually trying to do a got you story on a daycare center. It's crazy to me. It's just insane.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to pull up this. I think this might be what you're looking for, but bear with me here. I'm trying to.
Okay, I'm looking at, they said that the person is Whitney Wild, but I wanted to see if that is him, because it looked like Whitney Wild's a female. No, the Whitney Wild's a female. I'm looking for the black. Whitney Wild also did a cover to show that Nick was lying, but it's like, and she's with CNN, but it's not Whitney. It's a black male that
Right.
confronts him.
Well, sit tight. I'm going to pull up something new here.
Thank you.
Just bear with me. I'm going to pull this up and see if we can check it out while you're trying to get that. All right.
Yes,
I'm
thank you.
I'm going to need you to mute so you don't get an echo.
Okay, I'm gonna mute right now. I'm gonna mute.
While I do this, okay? Okay.
There are major developments in Minnesota's fraud crisis, specifically related to childcare. Here's the latest.
We believe the state of Minnesota has allowed scammers and
So, can you guys hear this? You can hear it? Okay, cool.
fake daycares to siphon millions of taxpayer dollars over the past decade.
The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says it's freezing child care funds for Minnesota after a YouTuber claimed to uncover fraudulent centers in a viral video. The state gets about $185 million in federal funds each year. The HHS deputy secretary says he's demanded Minnesota Governor.
Guys, we have a lot of people here. Please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. I'm going to try to get to as many comments as I can. Turn on your notifications. We do these deep dives every week, multiple times. Every day we go live at noon for news at noon. Tomorrow we'll be live for news at noon too.
Tim Walz audit those centers featured in the video. The governor responded on X, saying this is Trump's long game. We've spent years cracking down on fraudsters. It's a serious issue, but this has been his plan all along. He's politicizing the issue to defund programs that help Minnesotans. Some of the featured child care centers are firing back. This one says footage from their security camera proves kids were present when the YouTuber stopped by. Our Connor White went there to take a closer look. All new at 10.
You want to make ready for kindergarten.
This is ABC Learning Center in Minneapolis.
They have to learn ABC and numbers.
Director Ahmed Hassan gave WCCO a tour after finding his daycare in the national spotlight.
All right, we've arrived to
Wow, this is the first time I'm seeing this. This is crazy.
ABC Learning Center.
In a now viral video, right-wing YouTuber Nick Shirley claims nearly a dozen daycare centers in Minnesota are taking public funds but not providing a service. He says ABC Learning Center is one of them, knocking on the door in mid-December.
I would like to check a child in the daycare.
Hassan says his employee didn't respond because Shirley was in a group of about 8 people, and his staff were concerned about recent ICE activity.
Is this daycare committing fraud?
No, we're not committing fraud.
Hassan showed us security footage from the same day Shirley was here. According to the timestamps in the videos, this woman takes a young child into the center at around 9 a.m. that day. About 3 hours before Shirley arrives at the door.
What in the world? Wow.
Closer to the street. Within the hour after Shirley leaves, a woman arrives at the other door with a stroller. A larger family heads inside a few hours later. Tuesday afternoon.
Now, I have to say, this is a little different than what we've been seeing. Wow.
WCCO found at least a dozen children at ABC Learning Center, which is licensed with the state. Records show Minnesota officials last visited the daycare in November, noting some corrected and ongoing violations related to day-to-day operations, but no record of fraud.
What did I do? I'm just a typical human being who wants to live and do the right thing. I have kids to feed.
Umi Hassan, the daycare's current owner, believes these latest fraud accusations are political. Both she and Hassan are Somali Americans.
We pay our taxes. We do whatever we can to be a law-abiding citizen. At the same time, when one Somali does something wrong, we all get collective punishment.
With Shirley's video now approaching 2.3 million views on YouTube alone, they say they are getting nonstop phone calls harassing them.
I was looking for a place for my granddaughter.
With many of those calls attached to out-of-state phone numbers.
They normally say, knock, knock, we're gonna come. You're gonna arrest, something like that.
Hassan says they turned over attendance records to comply with the Department of Homeland Security request. They're now waiting to hear back. CBS News is reviewing records related to the same daycares. All but 2 have active licenses. And Aaron, while the active places have violations related to safety or staff training, there's no recorded evidence of fraud specifically.
Okay, interesting. Connor, thank you so much. Well, another facility highlighted in the YouTube video was Quality Learning Center. The people operating it would not speak with us, but we did talk to a mother dropping off her kids.
I take my kids here, 2 o'clock to 10. Yeah, there's a lot of kids inside.
We spoke with another woman who says she owns the building that houses the daycare. She says they've been operating there since 2017.
Wow, that's much different than what we've been hearing, right?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
But exactly, this is why I was telling you. Like, I meant to send you several videos. Unfortunately, I got busy with New Year's. But exactly, this is the videos that I was seeing, and it's all over X. The people are going there now. They're talking to parents, right? They're showing that they can't show the kids. They can't. It's an unsafety reason. I don't know why people are just so ridiculously racist and not thinking. Like, if you are a parent, any parent, you're not gonna want a strange man knocking at the door trying to film your children. I don't care if it's a reporter or not. I mean, you're not going to do that. Now you have all these parents who are being covered, who have to go to work, who has to make a living, who drop off their kids in the daycare center. Now they have to fear because there's hatred. Because of lies that the daycare is being attacked. Now they have to fear that their kids are going to be in harm's way. What about these people that's Americans? They're Americans, right? We're not talking about maybe a couple, maybe immigrants, but we're talking about American-born people that cannot have the services that they are allowed to have because a racist reporter went there to do a story, didn't do a complete story, didn't do an investigative story, did a story because he wanted to carry favor for Donald Trump, the current administration. It's unfair. And there's other reports that's coming out. Now, right now, they didn't even do a full investigation. Now they're arresting, 92 people? How many daycares we have? That we have that's not doing fraud, but because of this unfair, incomplete investigation, now their doors are closed in Minnesota. It's crazy. And it all started because a white T guy wanted to do a racist story, because that's what it's about.
Wow, this is shocking business here. I wanted to show you something specifically about Alex Jones, too, so I'll get that to you.
Not our friend. All right, I'm going to mute and listen. I'll be back.
All right, I'm going to show you this other story first, though, before we move on to that. Just give me 1 second here.
Homeland Security officials are on the ground in Minnesota conducting a massive investigation into multiple fraud schemes happening.
This comes as a group of Minnesota GOP lawmakers
urging Governor Tim Walz to resign.
Madeline Rivera joins us live from Washington with the latest. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning. Attorney General Pam Bondi says they've been looking into these allegations of fraud for months, and they expect more prosecutions will be coming. So far,
I can't hear the
people have
report.
been
I'm sorry.
charged, 85 of whom are of Somali.
You can't hear it at all?
I can't hear. Is it me? Am I doing something? Did I
Hold
lose
on.
the sound?
Hold on 1 second. Let's see if the hold on. Let's see.
Dissent. DHS officials posted footage on
I'm
X
sorry, I can't
yesterday
hear.
showing federal
Okay, those of you in the audience, can you hear the video?
agents on the ground in Minneapolis investigating suspected cases of fraud in daycare and healthcare centers. It comes after an independent reporter, Nick
Stella, Michona, can you guys hear the video?
Shirley's video investigating federally funded child care centers in the Twin Cities went viral.
Okay, so they can hear the video. You can't hear it? All right, so okay, so we'll pass on that if you can't hear it, but they can hear it. Everybody can hear it except you. I'm not sure what the issue is. Let me try one thing. I'm going to remove this from the stage. Give me 1 second here. Okay, and we're going to try it this way. I'm going to remove it here. And
Minnesota
can you hear it
officials are
now?
pushing back, though, saying previous investigations into
Still nothing for you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, so there must be some. Try going out and coming back in. Can you hear me? Everybody else can hear. It's just you.
Can anybody else hear? Because I can't hear.
We can hear you and they can hear me, and they can hear the video. I'm not sure what the issue is, so we'll just pass on that. I'm gonna so anyway, we'll do this. So tell me ultimately why you feel there's no fraud in this case, because that baffles me. I feel like there's fraud there because they've already pulled these people into court and so forth. Even though I was playing devil's advocate, ultimately, we were looking at it from a critical standpoint just to make a discussion. Looks like we lost her. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going on here anymore. Okay, so she left and she's coming back in. I'm going to play this video out and then we'll get back to the show.
the locations referenced in Shirley's videos did not uncover evidence of fraud. One childcare business that's now under the microscope is Quality Learning Center in Minneapolis, which misspelled learning on its sign. They say they're fixing the spelling.
A lot of the journalism that's been going on the last couple of days has been really dishonest. I don't want to point fingers at anybody, but I do feel like what was done was someone came to our building outside of operating hours. When there's a specific sign on our door that says our days and our hours, he came outside of those hours and then claimed, hey.
Okay, somebody asked me to start the video over. I'm going to do it for the sake of the audience. She's back, so let's see if we can get her back in here. 1 second.
I'm sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm going to see if you can hear the video.
Yes, and there's a lot of people in the comment that's calling me unintelligent and in a very negative
don't
way.
worry.
No, I'm not worried about it. I just want them to understand that I see your comment, but it doesn't impact me at all because I know who I am as a person. And if you knew who I am and what my background and where I come from, you would feel very silly. But go ahead. I'm going to mute and I'm going to listen. Go ahead.
Okay, but let me know first if you can hear this video.
All right, well, Homeland Security officials are
You can hear that now?
Yes, I can hear it now.
All right.
Yes.
So we're going to go through this, and then I want to go through this bank robbery that happened last night where people, they broke into people's safety deposit boxes. It's like, one guy had his whole life savings into the box, allegedly, and they only insured up to 24,000. So anything, or 12,000, one of the two, you'll see in the when I play it. All right, but let's get to this, and then we'll move on.
on the ground in Minnesota conducting a massive investigation into multiple fraud schemes happening in the city.
This comes as a group of Minnesota GOP lawmakers urging Governor Tim Walz to resign.
Madeline Rivera joins us live from Washington with the latest. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning. Attorney General Pam Bondi says they've been looking into these allegations of fraud for months, and they expect more prosecutions will be coming. So far, she says 98 people have been charged, 85 of whom are of Somali descent. DHS officials posted footage on X yesterday showing federal agents on the ground in Minneapolis investigating suspected cases of fraud in daycare and healthcare centers. It comes after an independent reporter, Nick Shirley's video investigating federally funded child care centers in the Twin Cities went viral. Minnesota officials are pushing back, though, saying previous investigations into the locations referenced in Shirley's videos did not uncover evidence of fraud. One child care business that's now under the microscope is Quality Learning Center in Minneapolis, which misspelled learning on its sign. They say they're fixing the spelling.
A lot of the journalism that's
Okay, so this is the part I want you to focus on
been
here.
going on the last couple of days has been really dishonest. I don't want to point fingers at anybody, but I do feel like what was done was someone came to our building outside of operating hours. When there's a specific sign on our door that says our
So this is the guy responsible for the leering instead of learning. It's called leering.
days and our hours, he came outside of those hours and then claimed, hey, they're closed and they're still making money. They're using taxpayer money to work. And it's like, you don't come outside of operational hours and then say they're using taxpayer money. That was completely false.
Regardless, state Republicans are slamming Governor Tim Walz, saying they've been sounding the alarm over fraud in Minnesota's child care space for years.
So what are your thoughts on that?
As far as them doing investigation for months, is that part of it?
No, the guy said, listen, it's not fraud. He had an explanation. He's pushing back on Nick Shirley.
And I'm sorry, I didn't hear his explanation. What was his explanation?
Oh, okay. If you can't hear, it's okay. We could.
No. I want to hear it one more time because I heard a portion of it, but it was a little low. Can you play it just one more time for me?
He was just pushing back on Nick Shirley, showing that basically there's a second side to this. I'll let it play for you one more time here.
Okay, sorry about that. Now I'm going to listen. Okay, go ahead.
A lot of the journalism that's been going on the last couple of days has been really dishonest. I don't want to point fingers at anybody, but I do feel like what was done was someone came to our building outside of operating hours. When there's a specific sign on our door that says our days and our hours, he came outside of those hours and then claimed, hey, they're closed and they're still making money. They're using taxpayer money to work. And it's like, you don't come outside of operational hours and then say they're using taxpayer money. That was completely false.
Regardless, state Republicans are slamming.
That's a great explanation. It's almost the same thing as I was saying before, but I didn't think they had outside. It makes sense outside of operation hours. I'm thinking that the holidays myself, there's a lot of holidays and people are taking their kids out and they're doing family things. We had Thanksgiving, we had Christmas, we have New Year's, and we also have the various holidays. Different denominations have their separate holidays, right? So I am not surprised, but it would be interesting if they could prove that he came after hours also. Either way, no matter what he did not do a full investigation. He was doing a special got you. And the reason why he was doing the got you is because he knew that the Somali group of people were being under attack. Why didn't he do a full investigation? Now they're talking about how they've been investigating them for months. What do you mean for months? How many months have you been investigating Somalia's daycare center? How many months? I mean, I want to see the report. I want to see what type of evidence they have. And if I am one of those daycare centers that's being maligned and threatened, I'm going to sue that report. I'm going to sue that YouTuber. We might as well. Why is it a third one? We might as well sue. I mean, all the YouTubers getting sued, but I would sue him. He better prove his case.
Right. Okay, so I had put together a special presentation to get your viewpoint on it tonight, but it seems that you're maybe in a loud place of some sort. But if we can't get through it, we can reschedule. I can give it a shot and see what you think. But I want to know what you think about Alex Jones attacking Candace Owens, and I want you to pay attention to some of the things he's saying about her.
I'll just say it. Candace Owens is the new queen of black-pilled Q. It was white-pilled, insane Q that thought everything was fine and get your popcorn. And now the dark Q Q has risen. I don't say that because she's black. You know, it's like Fuentes goes, Jones is more hardcore now. He's dark Jones. Oh, Dark Knight, dark Spider-Man. No, it's literally Dark Q. I dub her the Queen of Dark Q, the Empress of Dark Q. You got the QAnon, you got the, Blue Anon, you now have Candace on. I remember saying to them, like I said, I got to investigate her now. I got a bad feeling. I didn't have a bad feeling. God gave me a good brain. I already knew. I dropped the ball. I apologize. She's a globalist agent. Because you want a war? I want your war. I want it all. I want the doxing. I want the lies. I want the attacks. I'm going to take you on. Because you work for the deep state and the Democratic Party and the CIA and MI6, and I see your ass. Let me give Candace Owens a little news flash here. Bitch.
This racist piece of trash. Let me tell you something. Candace, I'm not a fan of Candace. I'm telling you, Candace, if you watch this, girl, you better drag this hoe. You better drag him. You better drag him. You better find every single, he has a lot of tea. Candace, don't play with me. First of all, now you're aligning with black. Now you're going to understand what it's like being a black woman in America. Because you got this whitey racist a-hole that's coming after you. He's coming after you hard. He's disrespecting you, calling you out of your name. Girl, every time you came after all of us, your black sisters, your black brothers, and everybody else, and stuff like that over COVID. You need to put all that energy. You need to put a pause on everybody else and go after this MF right there. You need to drag him. He already going through stuff with his wife and his children. You got the divorce paper. Dig up the court trials. Dig up the paperwork or what? Talk about what he said about Sandy Hook. Talk about how he got a lawsuit. Talk about his bankruptcy. Girl, this should be your project. Alice Jones, don't stop. Pause CK unalignment for a minute and do a special expose on this MF, because this man got to learn. And I think that Candace Owens is the white wing, brown, black face person. They may be able to do that crap, because this is crazy. Racist a-hole. That's what I think.
Okay.
Did she say anything yet? Did she do a live about him yet? She didn't do a live about him yet?
She responded. I'm going to pull that up in a few minutes.
Yeah, please. I want to see what she had to say.
I had everything lined up for you tonight to go through it bit by bit.
I'm so sorry. I told you I wasn't going to be around. I told you.
I didn't recall that. So anyway, let me.
Remember, I said it's New Year's. I said you're going to do a live on New Year's. I said I'm not going to be around.
I knew for Christmas. I didn't hear the New Year part. But
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. We were pushing through. So anyway, let's keep pushing here.
You don't can sit up there on some hill and tell me who ate the cabbage. You have the left boosting you, the left loving you, the left.
I like how he says she's sitting up there, trying to say who ate the cabbage. That's a good one. I'll have to use that one.
Make a cabbage? What does that mean? Hold on, pause a second. What does that mean anyway? All of us understand that.
He said you don't get to sit, up here and tell us who ate the cabbage. Like she's the one trying to tell who shot Charlie Kirk, and she knows everything about the Macrones. She's telling who ate the cabbage like she know everything. That's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying. First of all, she can do it. And beforehand, when she was cursing out and telling off black folks and everything and stuff like that, and talking about anti-pro-choice and all that stuff, and when she was on our behind, you guys were loving her. You guys were loving her. The Whitey, the Alice Jones in the world, the CK of the world, the Nick F in the world, the Tucker Carlson in the world, the Meg Ryan in the world. All of you guys was kissing her hands because she was representing a brown-faced right wing. Now, all of a sudden, you guys are pissed off now. Now you trying to put her in the black place and tell her she ain't about nothing? Oh, I can't wait till she tear you down. She gonna drag that, but she gonna drag him. She is. But I'm ready to listen more. Come on, let's go.
You with your royal husband, who we're about to expose. So get ready for that, George.
Is investigating. Only Candace talks about the Charlie Kirk thing. Only Candace, and you're attacking her. And
her minions are like, Jones says if you don't believe every word the FBI says in the deep state, then you're a traitor in the CIA. You guys literally have more unified talk.
Hey, I want to say thank you to AP3. There's a lot of people here that have been here all night long. Callie, Maggie, so many people have been here, Mike, and so forth. Dave, thank you guys for all the support. It's amazing.
Talking points at MSNBC. I mean, literally, you're just lockstep horse shit. When I have people trying to bully me, and I know I'm right, I didn't want that to be on this,
Mr. How Hod's in the building. Shout out to you.
case this much.
Tyler Robinson was wearing a trans tie at court. He's the shooter. Are you really telling us that we have more universal talking points than MSNBC? When you're the one that's literally parroting the Fed slop that's being given to us through the mainstream news media? Why are you guys always blaming Israel for everything? Israel didn't shoot Charlie, Transtifa did. Really, Alex? When your co-host on InfoWars, Harrison Smith, literally put out a message just days after Charlie Kirk's assassination that Charlie had confided in somebody that he was in fear that Israel would kill him if he turned on them. But you want to make us seem like we're crazy when you're the one that's literally overdosing on Fed slop. The FBI put out a text message thread of Tyler Robinson admitting that he was the shooter. Really, Alex? If anyone on this planet knows more about patsies, false flags, and psyops, it's you. You want to know something, Alex? Take a look in the mirror. Because we are what you were 20 plus years ago when the mainstream news media was trying.
So do you remember those days when Alex Jones had first came out and legacy media was calling him cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right?
Yeah, he was a straight up nut. He still is a straight up nut. Like he's a nut. Like everybody's calling him. And then when did Candace Owens became left? When did Candace Owens came left? What is he talking about? Oh, she's representing the left loving him. The left ain't loving Candace Owens at all. That's the genius of Candace Owens. Candace Owens has all her haters and all her supporters listening to her at the same time. And because you listen to somebody don't mean that you support them and you love them. You just listen to see what kind of crazy shit or what kind of stuff she's coming out of her mouth because she's going after the people like the friend of my enemy is my friend kind of tactics. You understand what I'm saying? She's getting everybody together. That's it. But she's not a left spokesperson. What is he talking about?
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to you, Rachel. And also, Mr. How Hot has COVID. We hope you feel better. All right, let's get back to it.
To close you down and shut your mouth. You want to know what's even more crazy about that? Is you're treating us the same way the mainstream news media treated you decades ago.
Okay, so this is the response I have, and we're going to go through it. This is Candace's response pushing back. And these are ladies pushing back on Candace Owens. Right here. Are you having trouble hearing?
I don't always hang out.
I can hear you.
Okay, so here are a couple of the videos where back in the day, mainly when Alex was coming up with his conspiracies. Let's go through them.
On Christmas Eve or New Year's with my LaBoo-Boo.
Right now, he's with Little Boo Boo, so you have to see the picture. That's Boo Boo.
But when I do, I hang out with this little particular guy right here. He's not a Democrat. He's not a Republican. He's a populist. He's a freedom fighter. He's libertarian. He believes in Team Humanity. And, well, he likes InfoWars, Alex Jones, and Elon Musk. But most importantly, he likes 6'7". 6'7", baby. That's right, going to 2026. 6'7", then the year 2027. 6'7", 6'7". Before you're offered a national TV show, before you're offered a major record deal, they get you in a room and they say, listen, we want you to reject Jesus Christ and pledge yourself to Lucifer. But they were very...
What do you think about that? You think that that's smart? True?
He's never been smart. He's never been smart. The man got sued by Newtown family members because he said that what happened in Newtown, Connecticut was fake. He was never smart. He was always a cuckoo for conspiracy person, and he still is. Right now, what he's trying to do is he's trying to now use somebody else as a means to bring up his audience because he had to file for bankruptcy because he owes Newtown family millions of dollars. So he is definitely an original conspiracy nut, and he still is.
All right, very good. Let's get back to it.
Very serious about the cat and its value, and they may want the cat for the Sandy Hook families. So the deal's broke. You guys aren't getting the cat. Unlike Fauci, I don't tell lies. You got that? That's my secret. My brain becomes more powerful every day because I've trained myself not to lie to myself, not to lie to my audience, and not to lie.
Good night to Uncommon Woman. Shout out to you. Thanks for being here.
In front of God. I'm not into self-harming, but I just archetypally want to take this dagger and just cut a finger off right on air to show you how much I appreciate you and what you've done. Because giving up a finger to be.
That's love right there, right?
The man is a psychopath. Sociopath, psychopath. We no love. The man is nuts. He's cooking for Cocoa Puffs. We need to just appreciate the fact that he's crazy, and we could move on. Like he's crazy.
All right.
These people's nothing. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Yes, Kane, I had a very good new year. I spent it on air, bringing in the new year with everybody here. So today was good and pleasant today. So Alex is saying the water is making the frogs gay.
The what is? I don't know why we're listening to him. Why we even giving him air? The man is nuts. The man is cooking for Cocoa Puffs. He always have been, and this is why it's a shame now that he wants to kiss Donald Trump behind and everybody else behind. That he's going after Candace Owens because he think that's his way back in to MAGA. MAGA didn't leave you, babe. MAGA's still there supporting you. Why are you stressing the rest of us out with your nonsense? We know you're crazy. He's crazy. We know this.
Wow, amazing. All right, so I want to show you this here. This happened this morning in Germany, I believe.
We are learning of an elaborate heist in Germany where thieves used a drill to break into a bank vault. Police say an estimated 30 million euros in cash, jewelry, and gold is missing from the safety deposit boxes. Stephanie London is live in London with Stephanie Bennett's live in London.
I can't hear it again.
Okay, all right. So if you can't hear it, we'll just we'll pause it there and call it a night for the video.
No, but it's not because of me. I mean, I can hear everything, but I think did you unmute it, or can you hear it, or you want me to come out and come back in?
Yeah, you could try that. Try going out and coming back in, see if it
Okay,
makes
I'll
a
come right back.
difference.
I'll come right back.
Can you guys hear the video? Tell me if you can hear this video when I play it.
How many people have been impacted?
Hey, Mike, good morning. Yeah, well, bank and police officials, they say around 2,700 customers have been impacted. No arrests have been made, and the suspects are still on the run. Take a look at some of this footage. Panicked customers, they gathered.
Now, guys, I want you to pay attention to how these individuals lost their money that was in the safety deposit box. Like, what's up with that? Their gold, their jewelry, what's going on? I mean, all right, let me see if you can hear it now.
Outside to demand answers.
Okay, so that's the key going forward. I'm going to start it over, but this is a crazy story. I hope it doesn't happen in the United States, but I guarantee it will. Here we go. Let's see.
In Germany, where thieves used a drill to break into a bank vault. Police say an estimated 30 million euros in cash, jewelry, and gold is missing from the safety deposit boxes. Stephanie London is live in London with Stephanie Bennett's live in London with the latest. Stephanie, how many people have been impacted?
Hey, Mike, good morning. Yeah, well, bank and police officials, they say around 2,700 customers have been impacted. No arrests have been made, and the suspects are still on the run. Take a look at some of this footage. Panicked customers, they gathered outside to demand answers from officials. About 3,000 safety deposit boxes were broken into, making up more than 95% of the bank's inventory. Police believe the theft is worth between $11 and $105 million, as the boxes contained cash, jewelry, gold, among other items. One man has been a customer for 25 years and says his retirement savings were inside his deposit box.
I didn't sleep last night. No information is coming out. No one is coming out. All they need to do is put up a sign which safe deposit boxes are affected. Not everyone is affected, but there is no information. They are not coming outside. It's sad. It'll be a bloody new year, to put it bluntly.
Police say a fire alarm first alerted them to the bank shortly before 4 a.m. Monday. They didn't find a fire, but a massive hole in the wall and the vault ransacked. Using a large drill to break through that wall, police believe the suspects gained access from an adjacent underground parking garage. Video surveillance then showed several masked thieves escape in an Audi RS6.
What do you think about the people that lost their belongings that were in the safety deposit box?
I think it's horrible. But what I'm concerned about is that they have, I thought all banks have insurance to cover anything that is taken from their bank. So it's horrible what is happening. It's horrible for the people. I hope they investigate and they find the people that did it. But it's almost like, I don't know if you've seen the movies where they had these elaborate bank robberies in Europe. It looked like it's an upgraded one. The movie was based on a true story where it was like about I think about 6 or 7 people who actually robbed the bank. They eventually got caught and unalived and stuff like that. So, but I think it's horrible that this has happened, but I think the bank needs to be held responsible and give these people back their money. Why do you
But
have insurance if you can't get your money back? It wasn't your fault. They didn't lose it on their own. So I
yeah,
think it's horrible.
it in this video, if I keep playing it, I think they only get it's either 12 or 24,000 that they get. So some of the guys said they lost their whole life saving. Mike says, but it's okay with Somalians stealing all that money, but you have a problem with this. That's what he's saying to you.
We don't know that Somalia is stealing all this money, Mike. Okay? Every group, what I'm saying to you is that you see, this is why listening helps out in a conversation like this. As I mentioned to you very early on, my problem is that this reporter went after the group of Somalian because they were trying to carry favor with the current administration, who is currently attacking Somalian people. He doesn't care about the kids. He doesn't care about the fraud. He went after them for a specific reason. That's my problem. I said I need to see the case to see whatever fraud they have, but not every daycare center is getting is actually committing fraud. But all of them is being bunched into one group because this one white tea man named Nick, a YouTuber, decided that he's gonna come out and do an expose, not because he cares about the children, not because he cares about the fraud. He came out because he heard, ooh, Donald Trump, the administration are mad at Somalian people. Let me find a cover. Let me find a story. That's what happened. That's the problem I'm having with this story. Why them? Why now? That's my problem. Not the fraudism, not the taking the money. I'm talking about what he did to get the story. If he got a lucky break and we're like, oh, he proved fraud, then good for him. But that's not his intent. His intent wasn't to prove fraud. His intent was because he was a white male who know that the administration does not like Somalian people. He probably didn't like Ilan, because I found her name and I put her name away. The House of Representatives, and he wanted to prove he wanted to get a got you. That's my problem. That's my problem with the story.
Okay, so I believe who was it that wanted to come up? I think is it Candyman? I dropped the link so you could come up if you like to. Feel free to come up. I'd definitely like to hear from you. When you come up, make sure you're dressed properly. And sometimes people do weird things and try to play porn and all sorts of ideas of that sort. Please don't do anything like that. All right. So people are pushing back saying that you have a double standard.
Wait a minute. You can see them in the background. You should ask them to show their faces. And then
Yeah.
after that, they could cover. Then they could shut off their camera to come online. But you need to see and verify who they are first before
Yeah.
they come up. Okay, go ahead. People are pushing back. I'm listening.
No, people are pushing back saying you have a double standard.
The problem is I don't have a public standard. This is what people don't understand. I don't have a public standard. I'm standing on business. I'm saying that I'm sick and tired of other people having have their own political standing when they're not trying to help other people. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Okay. All right. So yeah, if you'd like to come up now, we'll give her a second. You could hit the link and come on in. We'll have a discussion. You can have questions, or if you want to bring up a topic or what have you, feel free to do so. I'm going to get to the comments while she straightens that out. AP3 says, stop following the crowd. Sometimes the crowd's going in the wrong direction. Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Howhot says, the hell with the state taxpayers. Their federal money anyway. Okay.
I'm so
Callie
sorry. I'm
says,
back. I'm so sorry. I got a call. So here's my issue, and I do have issues with the current administration, and I stand on that issue because I think the current administration is full of incompetent clowns who's hurting America. That's my opinion. But I do know there's a bunch of group of people who are MAGA, Make America Great supporters of the current administration, and I get it. You love your guy, you have a right to love your guy. My problem is the unfairness of situation, not the situation itself. If Nick, by him doing the story, then he discovered some fraud, then that's good for him. He got lucky. But his intent is what my issue is. My issue is always the intent of what you do. The same thing with the police officer in Pennsylvania with Luigi. Their intent was to make a name for themselves by trying to capture this huge figure who unalive a CEO of healthcare. In doing that, they broke several of his civil rights, and that's wrong. In this particular case with Nick, he didn't care about Somalia daycare center. He did not care about the children. He did not care about the fraud. He cared because he heard the current administration had issues with Somalia people, and he found a story. That's what it is. I know because I'm also a YouTuber. I'm also media. Mel knows also. We know the difference. We're trying to do an investigative, tell a whole story from beginning to end, because that's what we do. We go to trial, we go to court, we read up. He went there and he got one portion of the story. He didn't go back to see, hey, did they what was their full amount of children. He didn't go, even if couldn't do that, even if he could get it registered, he could have found families. He could have came back 2 or 3 days just to see if there's a consistency. He just did a got you story because he doesn't like, because the current administration, and probably he don't like Somali people and he wanted to get them. That's my problem. My problem is not, is at the end of the day, you have to do things honorably. You have to do a good job. I don't care what it is. And if I see, mostly on the right, but if I see it's being done with a shady purpose, I'm going to call it out on it. And that's it.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Let's move on to Donald Trump and Epstein. What are your thoughts in regards to a lot of the developments this week in regards to Trump and Epstein? Do you feel like Donald Trump is going to be able to get out of this squeaky clean, or do you think he's going to be impeached?
I don't know if he's going to be impeached. I will start thinking about impeachment when and if the House of Representatives go under Hakeem Jeffrey, who I love. I know what you're gonna say about Hakeem, what the right says. Then we can talk about impeachment. At the end of the day, I don't think the Republican Party are too scared of their base, and the MAGA people still, whether they're ashamed of him or not, they still are determined to back Donald Trump because nobody want to say that they're wrong. You understand what I'm saying? The MAGA community, as long as the MAGA community, Make America Great community, support this YT male at the White House, is going to be difficult to get rid of him. The fact of the matter is, it's just going to get worse for him. The Epstein story is going to get worse for them. And at the end of the day, the MAGA community, the far-right community, the Republican community are going to have to decide which side of history you want to be on. Because right now, it's about history right now. It's about what our future generations are going to look back and see about us. They're going to have to decide whether they want to keep this sexual predator who had a close relationship, friendship, who has not only one with Katie Johnson, apparently he got 2 with Maria, allegations and probably lawsuit that has his name as far as raping or sexually assaulting a minor. That's what's being said. Alleged. I could say allegedly because I wasn't there. I don't know the man. I wasn't there. So I don't know if he did it or not. I'm just telling you what we see outside that is being representative. This man is being called out. And let me tell you something. There's something that there's such a thing as deathbed confession, unalive confession, that can be used in court to find somebody guilty. If you've seen a lot of court cases where somebody's unalive and they say, "Oh, he's the one that did it," right? He's the one that unalived me. That could be used in court. It's going to be a lot of that. It's going to be a lot of people coming out. I mean, because a lot of piece of a paper, because Jeffrey Epstein is no longer here. So all these receipts that have Donald Trump name in it for all these years, right? With Steve Bannon of the world, with the Larrys of the world, with all these documents that are coming out that have Donald Trump name from his best friend, because that is his best friend at one time, right? And now we have millions of files coming out. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be up to the MAGA, the right, far right, and the Republican decided what they're going to take. Are they going to still take this YT man who is an embarrassment to the United States of America? Or are they going to still cover for him and then hold him high and stuff like that? It's up to them. But I can't even think of an impeachment until the House of Representatives even come in to even think we have a chance.
So Epstein's brother came forward to the FBI and he reported to the FBI that he thought that Donald Trump authorized the unalivement of his brother. And we have the email for that. What do you think about that?
I don't. I love conspiracy, but I like receipts more than anything else. I love conspiracy. The thing is, I just found out. First of all, is interested in his brother even submitted a report to the FBI in 2023. So it's not even something new that all of a sudden all these receipts are coming out and say, "Oh, by the way, I think he unalived my brother." He already said it since 2023, and they weren't paying attention. They ignored him. That's one. Now we have reports saying that Epstein complained to a doctor that his neck was injured, that something happened to his neck and he couldn't sleep prior to his unalivement. Like, there's just a lot of receipts. So I don't I don't know. I need to see more, but I don't know. He just didn't seem, when I heard that Jeffrey Epstein unalived himself, I was surprised too. And I was surprised because he just didn't seem like that kind of person. Anybody who's that rich and that arrogant to actually get a sweetheart deal, and while you incarcerated and you get to go out, you still committing a crime. While you allegedly serving your time, you still doing all these stuff to these underage young ladies and stuff like that. And then you have so many power friends that you even have the prince, the Queen of England brother, and you have presidents, you have former presidents that are your friends, you have multi-million dollars. I just don't see that he's the type of guy that unalive himself. I think that he really thought with his money and with his paperwork and the receipts, he was going to get out of it because he had too much paperwork and too much receipts on these people. He was going to get out of it. If not, he was going to get pardoned by, because at the time it was, he came in, he was there, he was unalive under he was unalive under Trump. He was
Yeah.
unalive under Trump. So why would he be unalive under Trump when he has all the receipts? Steve Bannon even said, Larry, they all saw that he has receipts. All he would have done is go to Trump and say, "You better pardon me," just like Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell. That's all he would have done because now he put Ghislaine Maxwell in this sweetheart spot type jail. He would have just put Epstein in a sweetheart spot. There was no reason, in my opinion, that Epstein should have unalived himself. But we're just gonna wait and see.
All right, very good. Could you guys take a moment, hit the like button, share, and subscribe? We've had a great night tonight. Thank you for the support. But just if you could hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, the hearts or what have you, it all helps toward the channel. Turn on your notifications. We do this every day. We consider the hot topics. Let me ask you a question. Are you able to say one good thing about Donald Trump?
You ask me this all the time. So allegedly, currently I'm a casino slot channel. He increased the amount that we have to pay taxes of $2,000. So that was good. Unfortunately, he dropped the expenses to 90% instead of us doing our losses at 100% for our taxes. He dropped it down to 90% in order to raise the hand pay to 2,000. So to me, it's like he is taking from Peter to pay Paul. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people here are celebrating the fact that he increased the hand pay to $2,000 and stuff like that. So I could say that people here appreciate his efforts. I'll say that. I don't appreciate nothing. Because I need my 100%. If you're gonna raise it to 2,000, I also need my 100% expenses. Now, if you did both, then we could talk. But a lot of people here are very excited because they don't have to pay taxes.
A lot of people in the audience are talking about Nigeria and how much Donald Trump loved the Christians.
I promise you, when this man transition out of here, y'all gonna find out the truth about this man. And I'm just gonna shake my head at y'all. Have anybody figured out where you go to church yet? Because I think I asked that question the last time. The last time I was here, I think I mentioned that I wanted to know if anybody was able to find out where Donald Trump go to church.
Mm.
Does he go to church weekly? Does he go to church? Was he confirmed? Did he go and get dropped in the water in the lake and get born again? I want to see it. Any of that happen? Does he have a pastor? Besides, I'm not talking about the far right-wing pastors that all of a sudden show up and put their hands on his head. I want to see the full baptism dropped in the water. Pour water on his head. Mess up that little that weave, that fake weave that he has on his head. I want to see the whole thing. Okay, because I don't understand how everybody thinking that this guy is a born again Christian or a Christian where he didn't do none of that. Where's his church at? Where's his church? Have anybody seen him go to church? I haven't seen him. He only show up for funerals and events. Where is his church? Can somebody tell me? Until then, he's not a Christian. He's faking. But that's okay. You guys love him. I'm going to give it to y'all. Y'all the one that got him in office. You got to give it to y'all guys. Y'all did that. Y'all got this man in office. Congratulations. All right? But don't sell us any of the BS is what it is because it's all about BS.
I believe MAGA is a Christian organization.
MAGA's not a how is MAGA a Christian organization when MAGA is just a bunch of bunch of white tea people who wants Donald Trump in office? How is them MAGA's a Christian people? Come on, I did really well. Yay! 1,300. Queen Chew. I'm sorry. Yeah. How is it possible? My mother came. I just gave my mom Grandma Flip money. How is that possible? MAGA, Make America Great, was a movement of a bunch of white tea people that started out because it started with the Tea Party, the Republican Party. The Republican Party wanted to move away from the Tea Party and become a bigger thing, but the Tea Party became mega. They wanted America to be first in everything. They felt that black people was getting ahead, women was getting ahead, minorities was getting ahead. They wanted to go back to the 1950s, 1960s, to the old days where white tea people was running everything, and the rest of us was just coming up, and we second best. That's what they wanted. How is that all of a sudden Christianity? We have born again Christians. If black born again Christians, we have true born again. But MAGA can't take over Christianity when we have black folks out here who are Christians. That's crazy to me.
They
You understand
said
what I'm
that
saying?
basically they say that MAGA and Christianity is more aligned because they don't allow for people to be gay and all of this other type of activity.
We have gay Christians. We have Christians who are pro life, not pro life, pro rights, right? We have a bunch of Christians. You can't Christianity is not a monopoly to white tea people that decide that they love Trump. That's not what it is. It's not. And they are not as aligned because Jesus Christ, who is part of Christianity, will not allow all this BS that you guys are doing. First of all, Jesus Christ believes in loving everybody, period, straight across. Second of all, Jesus Christ is not going to allow people to starve. So he's not going to allow, if he was here, to get the SNAP reduced. He wasn't going to allow the Republican Party to do away with our health care. You understand what I'm saying? He wasn't going to take away our rights. So we got health care. We have he may have been some questionable as far as pro rights. We will have to actually have a conversation with him with that because he believed in life. But besides pro rights, he was going to have people attack transgender people. It's not the Christian thing to do. You understand what I'm saying? It's not. All this hatred that's coming out from the Christian party was not there. They probably was there in the original Bible, but not the Bible when in Jesus Christ book, it wasn't there. It's about loving, turning the other cheek. So the fact that a lot of people are saying that Christianity is more in line with MAGA is ridiculous. Maybe the first part of the Bible, possibly, but not the second part of it. Y'all lost the whole second part of the Bible when Jesus Christ came here and forgive all of our sins. What happened to Jesus Christ dying for all our sins? What happened to that? What happened to that? It's crazy.
Jesus said you must love your neighbor as yourself. So does that mean that you should let everybody come across the border and take good
Let me tell
care
you
of them?
something. It's not even about allowing everybody to come across the border. I am one of the people that believe that America was created for people to be able to come and have a better life, because that's what happened with us, with our family. We came to America. My mom, my grandfather brought my mom here, got her passport, brought her here so she could have a better life. That's why I'm here. So I believe that people should be able to have an opportunity to come to America. Yes, I think there should be some rules and regulations and stuff like that, but I am not one of the ones that's going to begrudge a mom and a kid or somebody that's running from a dictator fears for their lives. I think they should have an opportunity to come here. And if they're lying or if they have, or they're coming here for legal purposes, yes, they should go through the process and they should be sent home. I don't have a problem with sending people that shouldn't be here home, but I don't think that that should mean that people cannot come to America. I think it's wrong. And I don't think Jesus Christ would have liked that.
Natalie
Because first of
said,
all, there is a saying that Jesus Christ is also an immigrant. Because his family came to the location because they were escaping the death of all the firstborn children. We forget that in the Bible. So he was an immigrant in the country that he was born in any which way. So what are we talking about here?
yeah, you're talking about what in Luke when he went into Egypt?
Wherever he was born, because I
Right.
don't have the Bible. I know he left his Mary and his father was John, right? Mary and John.
So
Joseph, Mary and
Joseph,
Joseph, Mary and
Joseph,
Joseph
it was
left their
Joseph.
country.
He was born in Bethlehem, and the angel told him to go into Egypt because King Herod the Great wanted to kill him.
Thank you.
So he went to Egypt until Herod the Great died.
So
So
he was born in stable. Thank you. My grandma
that's
Flip is here.
that's Luke
Everybody say
chap
hi to
Luke
Grandma
chap
Flip. Grandma Flip is here.
that's
Hi.
Luke chapter 2. If you want to know,
Thank you. Ooh, Lord,
I can give it to you.
I'm not a Christian. So thank you for giving us a Bible study. You just gave us a Bible study. But my
I'm
point is
I'm not
exactly
a
that.
Christian. I'm not a Christian either, but I can answer those questions.
I love it because I'm not. I stopped studying the Bible when I was 8 years old. Okay, so I'm just going based on memories and movies and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he's an immigrant to Egypt. He wasn't born there. His family had to escape persecution because they was unaliving all the firstborns, right? And he had to escape to be born. So I don't think that if Jesus Christ was born here, he was gonna now turn around and say, "Oh, all immigrants should not come to the United States."
Natalie says, "Well, at least I won't see this woman in heaven."
And this is why you're not a Christian. This is a prime example of Natalie not being a Christian. Exactly that. You don't know that. That's the thing. You don't know me. You don't know what good things I've done. If you know who I am in real life, most of my Mel, people are talking on the chat, mommy. If you know me in real life, you know that most of my friends are Christians, born again Christian, to the point where they want me to be baptized. And every time I tell them I'm not a Christian, they're shocked. They're like, it don't make sense. Everything you do in real life is about helping others. It's a Christian thing to do. Everyone I know go to church. Every single one. I can give you like 20 of my gun violence survivor advocates who thinks I'm a Christian every day at work. Everybody thinks I'm like, no, I'm a lapsed Catholic. Right? So the fact of the matter is you don't know. Christianity is not wearing a red MAGA hat. Christianity is helping people. And that's what I do every day in my life.
Wait a
I
minute,
help
Cal.
people, I help veterans, I help people with mental illness, I help gun violence survivors, I help people who gets the civil rights taken away from them. You have no idea who the hell I am. I'm probably a better person than you are, Miss Natalie.
Callie says Jesus loves white MAGA.
Probably.
Too.
Jesus loved everybody. Jesus loved black people too. Jesus wasn't white. Jesus loved black people too. Jesus loved women. Remember, Jesus even loved and forgave the people. What is his name that actually sold him? He forgave him.
Judas.
He forgave Judas. He loved Judas. When Judas kissed him in the cheek, according to the Bible story, he said, "I know what you're gonna do. I know what you're gonna do." You think Jesus went to the cross hating Judas? Jesus loved everybody. He even loved the people that was alive. While he was dying on the cross, if we are to believe the story, he forgave and gave rights to all the convicts that was unalive with him so they could get into heaven if we want to tell the story. You see, you guys pick and choose the Christianity. Y'all pick and choose what y'all want to do with the Bible. That's what y'all want to do. A lot of us don't. We hear the stories, whether we believe it exactly or not. We know what it is to be good people in this world. We know what it is to help others. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of you guys want to stand on this Christianity. Y'all about some BS. Y'all don't like other people. You don't like diversity. You don't like black and brown people. You don't like immigrants. You don't like Latinos. You don't like nobody. I don't care if you have them in your family. Because a lot of white people was like, oh, I have my friends and stuff. You are doing the pick me. Only the people you know you like. Only the immigrants you know you probably not immigrants. The black people that you know you like. You don't like people in general. You can't. In order to be able to be in the mindset that you are, there's no way you could be honestly good, ethical person in the heart. When you with all this hatred and bigotry and lies, it's just disgusting, in my opinion.
Okay, all right.
I'm giving a
Well,
lot, huh?
no. Just looking at some of the comments, people are, they're just feeling like MAGA is definitely a Christian group, and they disagree with you.
Okay, they can. But as you go on in life, as you go on in life and you move on from the MAGA movement and you see what things are, you're going to come back. Because guess what? There's been a lot of dictators in a lot of countries that felt the same way as you did. They did a lot of horrific things in the name of religion. And now, as we are adults, we look back to what they did and was like, oh, that was messed up. In the Moses times, and stuff like that. If you look at the Bible, there was a lot of horrific stuff that we look back. If you just right there, if you are a Christian and you believe in Jesus Christ, what happened to Jesus was wrong on every level. But yet at the time they felt they were right. And that's what's our grandchildren and our grandchildren are gonna look back at this time and look at the MAGA movement and be like, yo, that was some ish. That was some ish. I truly believe that. But you guys stand on what you got. And my role is not to change your mind. If you think that you are a good person, you're Christian, and you protecting us and supporting people, and you trying to save the babies, and you trying to save the little girls from the from the transgender, if that's what you think that you're doing, then who am I to tell you not to do what you're gonna do? I'm just a
Let,
black
let me
woman who's gonna give
let me
my
ask you a
opinion.
question.
Yes.
Being a transgender, is that something in agreement with the Bible? Can you do that and be a Christian?
Let me tell you something. I think the Bible in general says you have to love everyone, right? You have to love every single person. That's what the Bible said. I mean, the Bible said, Jesus Christ said it. You have to love thy neighbor, turn the other cheek. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who you are, as long as you're born in this country, in this world, as long as you're born, you have a right to live a happy life. I don't care.
But no,
My
but
whole
what
thing
I'm saying,
about life is
no.
that I don't understand the transgender person themselves or what they have to go to in order to be born a certain body and then want to I don't understand. I'm not transgender.
But I'm saying, is that acceptable to Christ for you to be a transgender or be gay? That's what I'm saying.
I think that if we go by the law, then my overall answer would be yes. If we go by the direct meaning of love thy neighbor, right? Turn the other cheek, right? I think that it would be acceptable, right? Not prior, not before Jesus, but after in the new book. I think Jesus Christ, if there was a transgender person that came to Jesus Christ, right, to ask for help, I don't think that Jesus Christ would have turned them away and said, oh, you transgender, I'm not going to do nothing for you. I don't think so. Not the way the Bible's read when Jesus. I don't think so. So to me, everybody has a right to live their best life, period. I don't care. As long as they didn't do any harm, they're not hurting anybody, they're not hurting children, they have a right. I don't have a right as a person, as a black person, to tell a transgender
Um,
person not to be transgender. I don't have that right. I'm sorry.
Callie says homosexuals will not be saved.
Say again?
Homosexuals will not be saved, according to Callie in the comments. And then Natalie put in Leviticus 18:22. I guess you can't be a homosexual.
Okay.
I'm just telling you what people are
I
saying
hear
in the
you. I
audience.
hear you. But what you're asking me, would you're asking me as far as I'm not even going by the Bible. You're asking me what I think as far as would I think that's what you said. Would Jesus Christ accept it? I thought that's what I thought I heard you said,
Yeah, I
right?
based it. I was just asking it
I'm
based on
saying yes, I
something you
believe
said.
that Jesus Christ that I read about in the new Bible would have accepted transgender people. Period.
When,
That's what I believe in.
when you say new Bible, are you referring to the New Testament?
The New Testament. Yes, I'm sorry, not
Oh,
the New
okay.
Bible, the New Testament. I
Okay.
apologize. I
No,
don't know the word.
I'm just getting clarification. That's all.
Yeah, it's New Testament. I'm saying the old. I keep saying the old Bible versus the New Bible, meaning the Old Testament versus the New Testament. When Jesus came, and my whole thing about the whole Jesus story is that Jesus came here. He died for all of our sins. Right. That been pushed down my throat for years. That he died for all our sins. He gave us a new beginning. You understand what I'm saying? So we have the right to live whatever life that we feel that will make us happy in this world. Period. Again, I'm not a Christian. I'm just telling you my motto. I'm not going to criticize another person because they want to be LGBTQ, transgender, or if they want to change their skin to light skin because they're dark skinned, or if white people want to be black by getting suntan or getting big lips or getting BBL. I'm not going to do that. Whatever makes you happy in my book, as long as it don't hurt anybody, that's all I care about. It's not my
Okay.
place.
But people in the audience are saying that it would affect your being saved if you transform your body to something different than what you were given. And shout out to you, Melinda Duncan. Nice to have you here too. Melinda says people always like to use the scriptures to love thy neighbor, but Jesus doesn't want you to be influenced by those who go against him.
And how do you know what goes against Jesus? What goes against Jesus? What did Jesus? Okay, so I know that they said in the New testimony, did Jesus specifically say anything about transgender people? No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading the comments. Say it again.
Did Jesus say anything specifically in the testament about transgender people?
I don't think that was a real concept then. So I don't think you'll find a
I
Greek
don't think that's
word or
true. I
whatever.
think back in the days, if you look at the LGBT what about incest? All of that, it's not new. Being transgender
No, no,
or
no.
cross dressing, okay, maybe transgender is new, but cross dressing and stuff like that was not new. It goes back.
Well,
So I'm saying,
cross dressing is different. You
well,
you said transgender, and that's what I'm speaking on. So
no, well, transgender was not. We didn't have the surgery, the policy, I mean, the implementation to change somebody. But for many years, women, especially women, especially women, if they're LGBT and they represented themselves as men, will dress as
oh,
men.
so here it is. There's a scripture I could find it for you that
All
says
right, give me the scripture.
you can't defile your body. So hold on one second. Let me now
And
you
defile
might
your body is just
hold on.
it's just being transgender, or defile your
No, no,
body
no, no,
means
no, no, no.
drinking and all that stuff like that. What are we talking
No,
about here?
I'm just telling you that's probably the closest scripture to what you're saying. Now, the way you interpret it, and you want to look up the Greek and the Hebrew and all that, but I'm just saying,
Mhm.
when it comes to religions, that's probably a scripture that they're going to use because I know Jehovah's Witnesses they use
It's the
that
same
to
shit.
defile the body, so
It's not-
you can't get a tattoo. They say that's defiling the body.
Oh, okay. Read the scripture for me.
Hold on, I'm going to find it for you. Give me one second here.
All right. Again, I still disagree. And was the scripture under Jesus or was it the Old New Testimony or Old Testimony? Mommy, you can go ahead and play.
It's going to be the New Testament. Yeah, there's so many scriptures that talk about defiling the flesh. So, but anyway, you could keep explaining whatever you just
No,
while
that's it.
I'm.
That's what I have to say about it. I mean, I'm not a Christian, right? So you guys have the Bible. I don't believe that Jesus Christ would have unalived people or persecute somebody who came for his help if they were transgender. I just don't believe it. If you guys believe in your study that transgender people and other people will not go to heaven with you guys, then you guys gonna have a whole of heaven just like you guys have the whole of the current government in the United States, and you guys good luck with that.
All right,
That's it. That's all I have to say on the subject matter. My thinking is totally different when it comes to loving people and taking care of people. I don't care about all of the other things. That is not my business. I don't.
right,
That's how I feel about it. And that's what I have to say about it. There's nothing else I can say about it except for that's my opinion.
yeah.
All right.
So, all right, very good. So we've been running quite some time now, and I know you want to get back to your
Yes,
casino
yes,
life. Yeah.
guys. We are currently at the casino. We are Mama Flip Slot Challenge. If you guys want to see it, especially the Trump supporters that's here talking mad crap. If you guys want to see us play slots, please. We are live now. We're gonna be live. Actually, we're live with y'all, but we're gonna be live on our slot channel in a few minutes at Mama Flip Slot Channel. come over, but be advised, be nice because my mods are going to kick you out.
Okay. All right. Well, there's some goodness here. Callie says, I'll pray for you both. So she's going to
Thank you.
pray for
And
our
thank you. I
food.
appreciate all prayers and I do respect you guys, the Christians and prayers and stuff like that. I do believe in prayers and supporting everybody and stuff like that. So I appreciate all the prayers. But let's pray for our neighbors too. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Mr. M. Roy says, we'll pray for you to be given the vision of the Father that through him he'll give you the wisdom. All right.
Okay, thank you. But I believe in the Jesus I want to believe in and the love I want to love. I don't believe in persecution and hatred and thinking that I'm better than somebody else, no matter what their sex orientation or their belief. But I don't believe it. The Jesus Christ that I believe, or the Father or the Son that I believe in, care about and love people and just want to do best and want people to be happy. That's just how I believe it. You guys believe in hell and burn and fire, and that the only person that deserves heaven is you guys. I don't believe that. That's just me.
Some of them are saying you can't even go to the casino if you're a Christian. That's crazy. Wow.
That's not a
insane.
that's a damn lie. That's a lie. You are lying. You straight up lying. Most of my you see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The far right Christianity is full of crap. We just had dinner yesterday in New Year's at our table with a Christian couple yesterday. In fact, both of them was Christian. And we were having an amazing conversation with them. And they were talking about a lot of the stuff that they do in their community and their Christian. You guys are lying to yourselves. You guys are lying to yourselves. Yes, Christians come to the casino all the time and they play. Are you guys serious? This is exactly what I'm talking about. The interpretation of the Bible is your interpretation. It's a lie. It's a lie. I promise you. So y'all better go talk to your fellow brothers and sisters, Christian brothers and sisters. What about the ones that play that bet on sports? So that means that the ones that only true Christians are Mormons? And they don't watch sports, listen to music or anything, at least the old ones? You guys are out of line. Y'all crazy. Y'all lost it. That's a lie. That's a lie. Christians do go to casino.
Alan says that you will be delivered to your sin, and the Lord will come on you as a thief in the night.
Right. But I think the Lord love is exactly the fact that I help a lot of people. That currently I spend my time outside of work, as I do the content, that I help people with mental illness because I'm part of a board with that. I'm part of another group that help veterans. Okay. I also help and support gun violence survivors. Okay. And I also am a civil servant, and I'm also a public official. And I also a community board that I help my neighbors. And most of my life, I've been helping and saving people. In fact, the biggest story that I have is the fact that I saved somebody. Can I show you something? If I can bring it up. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can bring it up. I know this time. Give me 1 second. Can I share something with you? I'm gonna share. I'm gonna send you something. Stay right there. I'm gonna send you something I want you to share. All right. I don't know because I don't think I could share. Can I share here? Because I'm using my phone, so I wish I was in my computer. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna send you a link to something. I would like you to share it. All right, I'll be back. Stay right there. I'll be right back. Okay.
All right. Okay, guys. So we've been going live here for 3 hours. Would you believe? Would you believe they put a man on the moon, right? Okay. Lawrence says the Almighty Creator believe in hate. Okay. All right. Did you hear that? Laronda says the Almighty Creator believe in hate. Okay. Melinda says 1 Corinthians 6:19-20. That's the scripture I think I was looking for. It talks about, that's the one that talks about defiling the flesh. Okay. Thank you, Melinda. Definitely
Right
like
there.
having you around. Okay. So she's taking care of something here. Let's see if we can just mute. Give me 1 second, guys, here. Let me mute. Okay, okay. So I muted her. We're good now. Okay. Oh, hold on. I had muted you. 1 second. There you go. Oh boy. What's going on? Are you there?
Hold on. Go ahead and mute me. I almost got the story. I was just gonna send you the link on the text. Give me 1 second. I found the story. I'll be right there. All right. I'll be right there.
Okay, so there you have it. Let's get through some of the comments. We have a lot of spiritual things. Let's see if I can keep up with you guys. AP3 says God never killed Adam. God created forgiveness. You sinned. I and the Father are one. Okay, so are you saying Jesus is God, or are you saying Jesus is the Son of God? Tell us which one. Kylie says you can't twist the Bible to fit your needs, ma'am. Okay, talking about her. Okay, so I'm not sure what point where she was twisting. Big Love says, how you going to claim to know what others believe? See, that's what we're talking about. Okay, thank you very much. Yep says Trump casino. That's a good point. One Love says gambling is not allowed. Definitely as a Christian, they do not allow gambling. Ranger says she'll believe in the Jesus she wants and believe it, but has a problem with how others view the Bible. Okay. Alan says the truth shall set you free. You will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Stella says y'all got her turned up. Okay. All right. Natalie says Bible doesn't say you can't gamble. Okay. All right. So I guess you can gamble. Let's get her back in here. Okay. You back in?
I am back. I just sent you the story, and you can you copy and paste it? Or maybe I should have put it in the comment section. Hold on. Would it
Yeah,
be easier to post it in the comment section or to you?
put it in the comment section so I could. Let's see. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can grab it from the I can't even grab it from there.
Okay,
I'm
I
not
just sent
sure.
it to you, but also I sent it to you on your text.
Okay,
All
very
right.
good. All right, I'll see if I can track it down. So just take a moment and just give everybody a little idea of why you support, the Democrats. Kamala. While I look this up.
I just always felt that the Democratic Party care more about helping people. That's my whole thing. I became interested in politics after Newtown, the incident that happened in Newtown, Connecticut, and the 20 beautiful children was unalive and the 6 educators. Um, that became a really impactful moment in history for me, and I wanted to do more. That's when I started really paying attention to politics. So then, and that's when I started picking and choosing. Prior to that, I was just living my best life in New York, raising my kids, raising my grandkids. And once I started learning more about the Democrats versus the Republican, I realized that Republican Party cares about taxes and doing things on their own. They don't care much about helping people, the hungry, the sick, um, and the mentally ill. They don't care about that. They care about taking care of themselves and their families and stuff like that, and saving money and taxes. That's what they care about. So that's why I felt that the Democratic Party would do more for the people.
Okay, I didn't receive any text message from you. I'm not sure.
Okay, I did. I just sent it. Hold on. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, hold on. Let me try it again.
Okay, all right, very good.
Did you get it? Okay, sorry about that. The internet is acting crazy over here. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna mute.
No, you can. I'm trying to bring this up. What you gave me, so you should be
All right.
talking. So you
Okay,
should be
yes.
you
So
should
what
be
he's doing,
talking while I'm doing this.
he's gonna show something that happened recently, because a lot of people want to talk about the fact that Christianity. You guys have your own interpretation of Christianity and what it means to be a Christian and helping people. My whole life is about helping people. Okay, you going outside? Okay, mommy, I'm gonna come to you. Okay, I'm gonna come. My whole life is about helping people, and to the point where something very impactful happened last year in 2020, actually 2 years ago now, in 2024. I in turn end up receiving an award for something that I did, but this is not the first time. This is the third time that something like this happened to me, and it happens consistently because of the type of person that I am in real life. You understand what I'm saying? I don't talk the talk. I am her. I tell people all the time when I say I am her, If you listen to the kids when they talk about her or him, he's her, I am her, meaning that I am very comfortable who I am as a person. And as far as when I speak about helping others and loving thy neighbor and helping each other, I am 100%. And I just believe that the MAGA, the Make America Group, you guys got it wrong when it comes to thinking that your type of Christianity is the answer to everything. It's not. Your type of Christianity just spew hate to a lot of people. And you guys just don't see that because you think that you're right and we're wrong. That's how I feel about it now. And I take it very seriously. And I have people that love me for many years that's MAGA. And they really seriously think that they're the right. They think that because we want to save the children, because we believe in pro-life, and people, you believe in pro-life, but you don't care that hungry kids are living in America. You don't care. You don't. You think the parents should figure out a way to feed their kids, not you. How can you care about pro-life, but when they're born and they're starving in school in these streets, you don't care about to help and support them? It doesn't make sense. The irony, the hypocrisy of the MAGA movement is crazy to me. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel about it. So everybody could continue to talk about it and stuff like that. I like to think that, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, but I'm not going to change the way I live my life because certain people think that I should change it in order to be in their heaven. I may not want to be in your heaven because I don't want to be where you guys are at now. So anyway, can you share the story? They're going to show some commercials. So can we hear it? You got to see if you're going to hear it now. All right, make sure you're unmuted.
Thanks to New
All right.
Yorkers who helped him onto the platform. CBS 2's Christy Kalishian hears from a woman who helped save him and is also pushing for more mental health resources citywide.
This give me your hand. Come on, baby. Could have ended much differently for a man on subway tracks who may have been suffering a mental episode. He later identified himself to commuter Marie DeLuce as Deuce.
Everybody just came together as a community to help him. So it was a beautiful feeling, but I also was like in the moment, like, is he going to be okay?
DeLuce was leaving work, walked down to catch her train at the Brooklyn Bridge City Hall station Wednesday night, just after 6, when she heard screaming.
People stopped the train, and I think that was what was the screaming was when I went downstairs.
He was already on the tracks by the time Marie got to the platform, so it's not exactly clear what led up to this, but she says he did not appear to have been pushed.
I didn't know how he got on track. It was other people that was there that was like, he jumped.
She stayed by him as first responders arrived, and a confused Deuce later gained awareness.
I was on that track. In the middle of the track, yes, sir. Right in the middle. On the train track. On the train track, yes. Train track. Yes, sir. Yep.
DeLuce feels he represents countless other New Yorkers who need help. She said taking the video was second nature to her as a way to send an important message to city officials on mental health.
We need to do more. What does that look like? What does that mean? Why was Deuce on the track? And what happens to him after that? Once he leaves and they take him away, are they going to release him again? Will Deuce be back on the track again?
DeLuce had to run to an important Brooklyn Community Board 18 meeting and couldn't stay with him much longer, but wants to know more.
I would love to find out who Deuce is he okay, what happened when he left, and is there anything I could do to help?
One of his shoes is still on the track, a loss incomparable to the alternative. At City Hall, Christy Kalishian, CBS 2 News.
The first time as mayor, thousands of people lined
We can stop the video.
Part of the historic day as Mamdani became the city's first Muslim mayor and
Oh, Lord.
ever. And right away, he took steps on his ambitious promises with.
So that's the new boss. But yeah, so this is a prime example of what I wanted to show you. Like, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you now. Are you
Okay.
muted? Or do I have to
No.
get out again?
Yeah, go out and come back
All
in.
right, I'll come back.
Okay. The truth says always black people. Okay. Kylie says, humble yourself first. Don't be so proud. Okay. Is that a scripture too? Diane says, people that believe defund the police. Okay. Okay. She's back here. We're going to let her back in.
So
Okay.
I can hear you now. Can
All
you hear
right.
me?
Very good. Yes.
So this is the third time that I actually saved somebody's life. Many years ago, I saved this man who got hit and I got photos to show it, who got hit by a taxi driver, and his fiance was hysterical, and I had to provide CPR and cover his head because he had the injury went straight into the meat of his skull. And there's other situations that I've been directly involved in and helping people life. What I'm saying in true life is that, you know, a lot of us live this life by about caring about our neighbors and caring about our community. Now, it was after the fact that I realized, and a lot of people told me that I could have unalived that day because Deuce's foot could have hit the third rail and we could have both gone down. The hand that he reached out to bring him up was my hand. It was my voice that he heard. He was in the tracks for at least 10 minutes by the time I went down there and I told him, hey, hey, hey. And then he turned around and he looked at me. And I said, okay, now come on now, come to me. And he came to me and he took my hand. And I was there with him for 20 minutes, calming him down prior to the EMT coming to pick him up. So I didn't leave him in the train station. I had to run to the board meeting. When they said I had to run to board meeting, and that meant that I normally what I do in the case of the other person I help, I would actually go in the ambulance with him and find out what happened to him. But I had to go to a board meeting and I had to give a speech. So I was there. I was there to make sure the EMT picked him up and took him and took care of him. I just don't know what happened after the fact. I followed up, but no one could tell me what happened to him. But what I'm saying is, this is true life, who I am in real life. So all this yin yang and everybody talking about, oh, you're not going to heaven, you're not doing all this. Is you don't know. You just don't know who you're talking to. You don't know who we are in real life. You don't know all the people that you think don't follow your set of rules and regulations, MAGA. You don't know who we really are in real life. A lot of us put our lives, and I mean, with the gun violence prevention, I work with people who unalive people their entire life. I work with families. You understand? I've been in dangerous areas. I'm a former Marine, for God's sakes. You don't know me to tell me anything. So you guys have to really start opening up your mind and saying that, well, maybe, maybe not everything we think is true. Not everything we think we should apply to everybody. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Mel. Any
Callie,
questions?
Callie is saying you're boastful.
I'm what?
You're boastful.
And the only reason I'm boastful, well, actually, no, we should be boastful. Jesus Christ was boastful. Jesus Christ said that I am the Son of God. Who could be any more boastful than Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ came out here as a regular man, said that my Father is God, God in heaven. We got to tell people what we do in real life because people look at us and they think that we're stupid, unintelligent, and lazy. You see, the only way for you to know what I do is for me to tell you. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't have to have this conversation with you if you didn't come in here, all of you guys calling me dumb, unintelligent, and going to hell and stuff like that. I wouldn't have had it. It's not about being boastful. It's about telling you who I am in real life. And everybody needs to be a little bit boastful. Everybody needs to tell people what they do so you guys understand that you guys don't run the country. Y'all don't know everything, and y'all don't know everybody. The black
Loranda,
faces that you see, the brown faces that you see, we are real people out here. We are real heroes out here. We really caring about people out here. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead now.
Loranda says there are many people that would have stopped and helped that guy.
Well, unfortunately, there many people did not help and stop and help that guy. I'm the one that got him off the track. You understand what I'm saying? I'm the one that got him off the track. Let's go back and read it. I don't care. You can go back on my Facebook. There were people that stopped the train. So I didn't stop the train. As I said in my report, I did not stop the train. No one got him off the track. There were people on the track before I got there. Look at the video. He turned to me. Don't ask me why he turned to me. Don't ask me why he listened to me. He gave me his hand. There were other people that was trying to talk to him. He wasn't listening to anybody else. And once we got him off the track, everybody went home. It was just me and him until the EMT and the fire department came. Nobody stopped. Everybody got in the train. So no, that's not true. It's not true. I do think the New Yorkers, because first of all, the New Yorkers are the one that stopped the track. People stopped the track. I think the EMT because they came and they picked them up. I think the FBI, the fire department, and NYPD because they created a circle around us so I could talk to him. I spent 22 minutes talking to him, trying to bring him, rubbing his back and stuff, trying to talk him, trying to calm him down so they do it. So no, not everybody would do that. Not everybody would do that. But I am proud of my New Yorkers because they stopped the track. They stopped the track and stuff like that. They made sure that the train didn't come. Yes, they did that. I have to say that. In the NYPD EMT fire department, they did an amazing job. But yeah, that's not true. The thing is that you guys don't understand is that some people unintentionally they care about their lives first. It's not that they wouldn't have wanted to help him. It's just that that's a dangerous situation. First of all, nobody knew whether he was going to pull them on the track or whether his foot was going to touch the third wheel, which is the electricity that took out all of us. Nobody knows that. Most people, they think about a split second decision. What can I do at that moment? For me, that split second decision mean to me is how can I help that person? You understand? But again, I'm just telling you this to show you who I am in real life, not to have a conversation about what other people will do. I just know that nobody else helped him. He didn't listen to anybody else. So there we're gonna go.
Michael
We're
said,
gonna go there.
Michael said, would you have done it for a white person?
Yes, I've done it for a white person. The guy that I saved his life many years ago was a white male. And Mel, I'll find a picture and I'll send it to you. He was a
Yep.
white male on Columbus Square with his white fiance. They were going to an event. He crossed the street in the middle of the street, and a cab did not see him and hit him broadside. His head bang, liquid coming all out of his head. The meat was showing. His fiance was. I'm sorry, am I making it too aggressive? But his fiance was hysterical. She was crying and stuff like that. So nobody could help him because nobody was there. So what I ended up doing is telling did the first aid, call the police, and I got somebody to take off their t-shirt, white t-shirt, and I ended up wrapping his head to keep it safe. And I sat with him and I spoke to him until until the EMT. He survived and stuff like that. I did speak to his fiance like maybe 2 or 3 years later because they needed the photo and everything like that for their legal case. I can't believe that the taxi drivers insurance company didn't want to pay him. I guess it's because they felt that he crossed in the middle of the road, but so I was able to give them all the receipts so they could continue with their case. And I had an insurance person come and talk to me. So this is real life. So yeah, the person that I saved was white T. In fact, I saved the white T the other day on the train station. I have so much story. The other day on the train station, there was a white T young lady. She said she just came from Indiana. I have a picture of her too. She just came from Indiana. And there's no disrespect to my Jewish family, but this Jewish male came into the train station in New York and tried to talk to her, and he just wasn't behaving rational, right? And she looked at me, she looked scared. So I told her, come here. And I took her hand and I sat her next to me. And I put my arm, me and her was arm in arm together. That's why we took a picture so we could show we arm in arm together after the fact. And the guy kept on talking to him, and I said, "Go away." He said, "But I said, leave." And he ended up, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. And he left. Do you understand what I'm saying? That was a white young lady that I just helped like 6 months ago. It's not about color for me. What I'm telling you, it's not about color. You guys are asking questions, I'm going to answer. My thing is make America great, people. You guys are making this an issue as far as hatred and color, where the rest of us didn't make it into an issue until you made it into an issue. We are responding to your hate, your disrespect, your racism. We're responding to it. We ain't come to the table with it. Yeah, we're responding to you right now. We're responding to Trump because he came in talking about Mexican people, right? This is what we're responding. We're living in a world of responses right now. So
All
it's
right.
11 o'clock. We should be ending, right?
Yep, that's it. We're calling it quits. So thank you for coming on.
Of course. And I'm sorry again for being so late again. I was out of here. And right now, guys, I'm in a casino. I'm playing. Yes, I am a casino. And I'm about to go on live right now and go play slots with my mom.
All right, enjoy.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye, guys. We'll talk next
Bye-bye.
Thursday, I'm guessing.
Yes, indeed. 8 p.m.
8 p.m. next Thursday. All right,
Thank
bye,
you.
guys.
Nice
Okay,
having you. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, there you have it. We have it from Mama Flips. Okay. All right. We got a lot of people saying they're going to pray. Okay, a lot of prayers going up. Nothing wrong with your prayers. Loranda says she has a big head, can't see it, blowing up bigger and bigger. Okay, you're trying to say she's prideful. Okay, all right. Well, she saved a lot of people. That's a good thing, right? Saved a lot of people. Well, that's it for tonight, folks. Thank you guys for tuning in. We had a long night tonight, 3 hours. Who would believe, right? Let's see here. M. Roy says, I'm from the South. Even the Mexican citizens don't have enough faith in Mexico. Wow, that's something to think about. Pretty Ting says, a lot of hatred in the comments. Thank you, Pretty Ting, for your observation. All right. Stella says, like, share, and subscribe, and turn on your notification for upcoming shows. All right. Very good. Thank you for that. God365 says, I'm so tired of her pride. Okay. Diane says, Jesus doesn't have the glory with her. Okay. So you're saying all the glory has to go to Jesus. John says, most educated group, y'all. Okay. We have a lot of Christians here tonight. We have a lot of MAGA, Republicans, and Democrats seem to be having a meeting of the minds, so that's a good thing. We will be doing another deep dive coming up soon, so definitely you want to tune in. I think the next deep dive will be on Monday night, so that will be at 8 p.m. On Sunday, we're going to have Calvin Johnson on. Actually, this Sunday, I'll be at the Cowboys and Kansas City. Well, Kansas City is not playing anymore, so I don't even know who we're playing against. But anyway, this Sunday at 7 p.m., we have the show with Calvin Johnson, the criminal defense attorney. So make sure you tune in for that as well. We're going to be doing some specialty topics. We're doing a deep dive. We're going to have some guys come on. Yes, indeed. Pretty Ting says, Cowgirls. You're talking about my great team, the best team ever, right? All right. Kylie says, God bless you. Thank you for the good energy. Yeah, Jerry needs to go. And not only him, a few others need to go too. So at any rate, Sunday, we're going to try to do a specialty conversation about Israel. Is the modern day Israel the same as the Israel in the Bible? So you might want to tune in for that. I have some sharpshooters coming on to discuss that matter from the reference. They're going to break it down from the reference of scripture too, and with the politics. Seems like God 365 might know a few things. Nice to have you here. All the new names, new faces. It's nice to have you guys. But now it's time to go. It's been 3 hours. It's been a long night, and I've enjoyed every moment with you guys. We went over Alex Jones all the way to Epstein and what's happening with the Somali people. And I look forward to doing this again with you guys for News at Noon. Let's see. Virgil says Black Lives Matter ripped you off. Okay. Good night to you, Kylie. Thank you very much. You've been very strong tonight. Diane says Israel will exist until Jesus returns. We're going to unpack that, Diane. So I would love for you to be around when we have this discussion. It's going to be great. I have some guys coming on to really explain it. So I'll be posting. Check out the community wall. I'll tell you exactly what time on Sunday that show would be for the deep dive. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you to everybody for participating tonight. You guys were so amazing. I had a lot of fun with you guys, but I want to thank the moderators too. We had Stella, we had Mashona, quite a few people here to help with all the comments and so forth. So it's so amazing. It's good to see names coming back on the regular, like Pretty Tings and other names. Mr. How Not, I believe that's your name. I hope your COVID works out. You get to feel better. But good night, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll be back with you guys tomorrow. Thank you.
Different voices, but the same song. Loving a world where we all belong. Kindness leading the way, breaking the chains. In the symphony of love, the flame remains. Embracing diversity, brighter days in sight. Watching the world sharing love and light. Hearts beat as one in our peaceful flight. painting the night. United we stand in love's pure might.